like you're saying, somebody sitting on
the roller skates.
On the roller skate, yeah. Such a person, you see, they may be happening. Such things may be, the accident may be happening, but you're not here because those people in the night, you don't see them. When you are driving, you can hardly see them. So if you hit them, sometimes the drivers run away and nobody even hears. Most of these people, hardly do they come into statistics. And I don't think road safety has statistics of persons with disabilities who get involved in road crashes.
Is that the number one problem then, that people living with special abilities or different abilities are outside the Venn diagram? You're not even considered.
Yeah,
you're not reflected in statistics. If you look at road safety statistics, you get them by age, by location, by gender, but not by physical ability.
Yeah,
you're not reflected.
It's a bit true. Yeah, the statistics is not coming out. But I think from now on, maybe road safety could look at that. They could capture persons with disabilities who are getting involved in crashes, so that we can do the analysis along the line. But if you look at somebody with a wheelchair trying to cross the N1 highway along the La Paz area where there's no crossing joint for such a person, you have to use the stairs. And
that sounds like suicide, and I'll tell you why. It's because very often motorcycle riders just drive through the red light, whether it's at the zebra crossing or at an intersection. They drive in between lanes and they drive right through traffic lights, and I've seen that happen. I saw that happening on the way to work over to the studios this morning, and I really wonder how anyone who doesn't have, like what we'd call average or quote unquote normal physical abilities and reflexes can avoid a motorcycle when they're coming out from behind a car and there's a motorcycle coming down between the car lanes.
Yeah, that is true. You look at yourself. You see, if you have your two legs, you are able person, you can walk faster. If the person is a physically challenged person, and the cars are running at the top speed, even the physically strong persons, they are normally hit. How much more you, the physically challenged? So running across the traffic light, and some of the traffic light indicators, they are just a short time for the pedestrian. And whenever I get there, I imagine myself, so this is so fast. So it means that you have to use somehow the red light to use it to cover your journey through, because the cars are coming at top speed and you are not able to move faster. So it means that you have to run, and if you are not careful, you will fall. And people may have to help you, and nobody may be ready to, because everybody is going to work at that point in time. So we realize that road safety in Ghana is not considering pedestrian in general. How much more the 10% group, as you said, the map is, they are out of
10% is a huge chunk of the population. It's larger than our margin of victory in the last two political elections. You have an NGO called SICON, yes, the Challenged Entrepreneurship Corporate Network. Now, how networked are you with the National Road Safety Commission and so on and so forth? What exactly do you do?
Yes, we work in collaboration with the National Road Safety Commission, and as an NGO, we go out to talk to drivers, we talk to pedestrians, we talk to people wherever they are.
You still talk?
Yeah, what can we do? Because we try to use our experience to appeal to people, so that if you are a driver, you have been a pedestrian before, your child can either get involved in a crash, you can also get in. So you have to be careful. Whenever you see a traffic red light, you don't have to move, just jump the traffic light. Or whenever you get to a zebra crossing or somebody is ready to cross, just give the person a way to cross so that you can move. But drivers, when they get to the zebra crossing, that is where they want to run faster, and it's serious. And when they get to city centers, they want to run at high speed, very, very high, because the road is there. And it is something that we as physically challenged persons are trying to help, so that what we have gone through, what people in their homes, those who have gone through such things, who also talk to road users, so that we can change our behavior on the road, appeal to society appeal to corporate organizations to support some of these road safety interventions so that we can help curb some of these road crashes on our roads.
Lots of questions and lots of posts coming through, lots of comments. Okay, Dorothy Nad Yate says that her problem this morning is the Kasoa Kaneshi Road. She posed that something needs to be seriously done when it comes to traffic management and congestion, and referring specifically to the toll booth and the personnel, thinking that some of our interventions, both infrastructure and human, seem to retard development because people cannot get to work early and can get home late from work. We've got our first caller, and calling us from the northern region, and you can see the numbers up on your screen, 0302 973 225. So if you want to call in and speak to Nicholas Nimo or to myself, well, then just try to do so. If you can get through by phone, why don't you post something like Dorothy Nad Yate did? Okay, we've had to switch callers, and this other call is from Shaiman. Hello, good morning. Hello, sorry, I can't hear you in the studio. All right, Nana Yao Adibronto Fiscofonio, I can't pronounce his name. Chrono Honton Togolo says, good morning to my lovely friend Emmanuel Preko and wishing you a happy birthday. And this side from inside Boshin. Toby Ghana says, go to school. Nana Finan says, when it comes to road safety, Ghana has soft penalties compared to the UK. For example, you face a serious penalty if you run through a red light, regardless of whether it's a zebra crossing or just an intersection in other parts of the world. Issa Hood says it seems to him that disabled people are not in any way taken into consideration before the construction of roads in Ghana because there is simply none or too little provision for them on our roads. And he feels very sad about this when he sees them. Well, feeling sad is one thing. What are we going to do? James Ameno says you're loving the show this morning, and talk about things that we need. I think the police to take off all disabled from the street is not safe. Nana Finn reiterating the difficulty when it comes to comparing penalties in Ghana and other parts such as the UK. And I've got Aisha from Tamale back on the line. Good morning, Aisha.
Good morning.
Okay, there you are. Thank you for calling Sunrise. What would you like to share with us?
Yeah, I would like to add it. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, I said that my contribution is at least to advise some of the taxi drivers and the drivers. You know, so sometimes you'll be struggling to cross, and the cars will be struggling to come and cross at where you want to start. Sometimes even with the motor riders, the car will come and overtake you, especially the long vehicles, and rather take the path willing to teach you. Last week, it happened with my mom at the roadside, and I'm saying at the toll we felt that because of the way the long track is used. No, it's before God's willing now. I would have broken either my mother's leg or my hand because the way we fell down. Especially, a certain car had an accident on the way, a flat tire, and they have leaving the flat tire at the roadside. So, on the process of us dodging the distance, the articulation went and hit that tire and fell down.
Thank you very much, Aisha. Once again, I think that the time for education largely, has transpired. I think we should focus more on examination and enforcement. And I wonder what thoughts you might have about that rigorous examination and robust enforcement of our traffic rules and regulations. After all, we've even had road safety awards, but it looks like the road safety situation is not improving, even though some officials would like to tell us, well, it could have been worse. How about it could be much better? Agonberry Agon, the greater conservator, says it's high time government started redesigning our roads and other infrastructures to suit the needs of the physically challenged. Disability is everyone's lot and everyone's concern. he said he can't imagine how any physically challenged person can cross the N1 highway, and he's sending greetings out to his brother Zach Agon Jr. in downtown Kumasi. Mohammed Hafiz says most of our drivers are careless and do not obey rules, echoing the concerns of Aisha. And this affects the disabled people much more than anyone else. We've got another caller from Tamale. Alasan, good morning and welcome to Sunrise. Good morning, Alasan. Okay, it appears that we've lost Alasan. And I know you work with insurance, yes, Nicholas. Now, what is the situation when it comes to insurance as far as pedestrian road safety is concerned?
Normally with insurance, we do pay claims, and if the car is insured with an insurance company and there is an accident, maybe pedestrian accident, what the one who had the accident has to do is to pursue insurance from the insurers of the driver. So
the reason I'm asking you this, Nicholas, is that you mentioned to me that you suffered in a road accident at a young age, and this has contributed to your present condition. Now, I was once told by an expert here on Sunrise that third-party insurance that all vehicles are supposed to have by law in Ghana has no limit when it comes to personal injury. So in other words, you could get the most sophisticated reconstructive surgery, even mechanic or robotical legs, and the insurance company would have to pay for it. Is this true?
It's true in a way, but I'm not expecting the claims section.
Okay.
But it's true in a way for third part, because when it comes to
personal
injuries,
injury,
you cannot quantum.
So it's unlimited.
Yes, it's unlimited. It's something that.
So anyone that gets hurt as a result of a road traffic accident should know that whatever medical treatment they need would be or should be paid by the third-party insurance of the vehicle.
Yes.
Okay, I'll come back to the disabled, special disabled question when it comes to insurance. But let's take another caller from Kumasi. Good morning and welcome to Sunrise, Mr. Adams.
Good morning. How are you, my brother?
Very well, thank you. I hope you are doing even better. What would you like to share with us?
I like the discussion this morning.
Thank you.
Advice to the driver: they should be very careful about their driving, and they have to know what you are doing. God will give you the reward of it. If you are driving and you reach at the zebra crossing and you didn't take care, and you run fast and you kill someone's baby or someone's daughter, you too will get the reward from it. So every driver should be very careful. If you reach at the zebra crossing, you drive very carefully, especially in town. You're supposed to lower your distance and be careful, because people are going up and down, especially in Ejisu Ashanti. We have the same problem, especially the Zongo junction of Ejisu in Ashanti region. You see, it's too much. Today we have killed someone, tomorrow you hear it's too much. As for me, I went to our MCE about it, but he told me that it's a highway. So we always rely on the highway killing people. So this is my problem that I'm discussing to you. So thank you very much, my brother, for doing this program.
I think that you've hit a very important nail on the head with the way you've put things. What Mr. Larson said, basically, what I heard was that we are too tolerant. We say too much and then we still tolerate it. A behavior psychologist told me recently that the only way to get real meaningful change in a society comes at a point that's called a tipping point, when people no longer accept the situation. It becomes too uncomfortable to bear, and that's when you can get change. And it seems that the statistics would bear them quite comfortably.
And it's worrying. Looking at you saying that you started 5 years ago, and we are in the decade of action for road safety, but nothing seems to be done. And I think that Ghana, we don't have, the systems are not working. We don't have driver database. So what the police do is, when on the road, if the driver offends, just you pay something, you collect something from you, and that's it. You are left to go. There's no system in place to make sure that use the driver who has offended to ensure that you go through training. You have some training and some stiff punishment other than payment of money. We don't have those systems there. All we do is he collects the money. The driver will say, "Oh, next time I'm going to put some 2 CDs or 5 CDs in my bag. Once I offend, he just collects." And I think we have to build the systems. We should have database of vehicle database, so that when a vehicle offends, at least some penalty is awarded on his driver license.
But what do you think we should do as far as providing road safety for differently abled people such as yourself? And Nana Kwesi Boafo, now he's posted something really controversial. He says he must confess that the way we treat disabled people is bad. And Don Tiltop has to that. It says in Ghana, zebra crossing to control road users is like a toffee advert. It's optional. He's saying that road safety and even zebra crossing rules and laws seem to be an option in Ghana, not an iron rule. What do you think we should do to improve pedestrian road safety for differently abled people, and by that to ensure better road safety for everyone, Nicholas?
Yes, I think that first of all,
the easiest thing.
Yes, the most important. You see, when you see a person with a physical challenge, you have to slow down for the person to cross. And I think that government should commit to constructing infrastructures that assist persons with disabilities. And that is why the National Road Safety Commission is advocating for a road safety audit for the construction of our roads. And I think it's a very important issue in this country. We construct roads without taking into consideration issues of safety, and the Road Safety Commission is trying to rule out a policy such that for whichever roads that will be constructed in this country, there should be an audit. The road safety should look at it. Is it disabled friendly? Is it pedestrian friendly? And these things are what will help us have some things that persons with disabilities can use to cross. And they are also advocating for budget cuts, a 10% budget cut for all road agencies. I think it should be a committee. I think even all corporate institutions should support in such directions so that we could have good road infrastructures. We don't have to wait for a road to be constructed like the N1 highway before we realize that it is killing people, innocent pedestrians.
And making some of them disabled or injured for life.
Death, injury for life, and all that. Before we talk about it, and Ghana, what you know is talking. We have talked. N1 happened, I think 2 years now, and we are still talking about it. No tangible solutions are being done on the road to ensure that these things are not okay.
Really.
And I wonder how much it takes to construct these walkovers. Maybe 3 of them. How much does it take?
I think that during the next disability day or week, we should all encourage our public officials to walk around blindfolded or with their ears plugged up, or just on one leg with crutches, or maybe roll around in a wheelchair for just 24 hours, just a day. And when you realize how difficult it is to cross the road, get access to a toilet, or even get into a classroom, maybe we'll get something done about this. Nana Kwesi Boafo says that is what he is worried about. It makes him so sad. It breaks his heart to see that this situation is not just on our roads, but in our schools, workplaces, even in churches. He thinks that too little or no provision is made for our brothers and sisters with disability. Geez. Okay, well, I would say that we need to move from education and advocacy, from talking to examination and action. Serious enforcement for those who fail, and some encouragement for those who do good.